What's cooking, everybody? Dave Altizer here with Kinotika. Today we're comparing the gimbal killer with the new DJI Osmo Pocket. When the new GoPro Hero 7 Black came out, GoPro really marketed this camera as a gimbal killer. And so far, it's really lived up to its name. All the reviews I've seen online have really praised the stabilization built into the GoPro, and I, for one, have been really impressed with the image quality coming out of the GoPro 7 Black. Now with the new DJI Osmo Pocket, we have a true competitor when it comes to stabilization at this price point, at this size, and we really want to see how these two images compare. Is it worth using an Osmo Pocket instead of a GoPro, or is it better to buy a GoPro instead of an Osmo Pocket? However, I will say both of these cameras are still very different. This is a true action camera, and this is more of a professional gimbal type replacement. But if we're talking just 4K image quality and just stabilization, I want to see how these two images compare. The Osmo Pocket has a 1 2/3 inch sensor with the ability to shoot 4K at 60 frames per second. The GoPro also has a 1 2/3 inch sensor with the ability to shoot 4K at 60 frames. The Osmo Pocket has an aperture of f2.0 and the GoPro has an aperture of 2.8. So the Osmo Pocket, in theory, should be better in low light. This video is going to be an A/B comparison of the stabilization and the image quality of these two cameras. So let's go. Here we go! This is a default auto everything test. Let's see how the camera does with exposure. Backlit, no pro color. This is just baked in color profile. How does the audio sound? It's really loud here with the waves. Just gonna walk. HyperSmooth is turned on, so it should be fairly stable. Shooting in linear mode, so it's not as wide angle. And now I'm using the Osmo Pocket full auto everything. This is the baked-in profile, no decine-like. Interestingly, the Osmo Pocket only gives you 2 modes in the auto standard mode, 4K at 30 and 4K at 60. There's no 24p option. How does my audio sound right now? This camera should sound slightly better than the GoPro because the microphone is placed right in front of the screen. I can actually see myself with the screen, and the camera actually tracks my face really well. So definitely something that you can use to vlog and trust for the most part, because it's actually tracking your face. Obviously, I'm still at the beach, so I didn't have time to look at the footage and give you my thoughts on the footage. I'll let you be the judge of that. But I do have some overall thoughts after using both of these cameras in this little shooting environment. First off, these cameras couldn't be any more different. They are roughly the same price. The GoPro coming in at $399, the Osmo Pocket coming in at $349. They have similar sensor sizes, they have similar specs, but at the end of the day, each one is a very, very different tool. If you want something that can withstand water, waves, dirt, putting on a motorcycle, running around, just throwing things around, the GoPro is definitely the right tool for you. If you want something that looks a little bit more cinematic and is maybe an alternative to a professional cinema rig like a Ronin S with a mirrorless camera or even bigger, the Osmo Pocket is a great option. If you're more of a consumer and you just want a camera to carry around with you on vacation, I would probably still go with the Osmo Pocket, because it really comes down to this one feature that kept annoying me to bits. The wide angle distortion on the GoPro is so GoPro-y, if you know what I mean. As soon as you look at a GoPro shot, it looks, well, like a GoPro shot. But when you look at the footage coming off of the Osmo Pocket, it's kind of hard to tell that it was shot using a $350 tiny little camera device. And I really think that comes down to one thing alone. The focal length on this lens is much tighter. It looks more like a 35mm rather than a super fisheye wide angle look that the GoPro gives me. Even in the linear mode on the GoPro, I felt that the image was still too wide angle. In terms of the stabilization on both of these cameras, the HyperSmooth on the GoPro 7 Black is very, very impressive, and it's awesome to see on a GoPro, but at the end of the day, when you're getting a moving shot, the gimbal always nails the smoothness compared to the GoPro. Another annoying quirk with the GoPro is at 60 frames per second in 4K, you don't get the HyperSmooth stabilization, which is kind of one of the big standout features of the GoPro. Of course, with the Osmo Pocket, when you shoot 4K 60, it's stabilized because, well, it's a gimbal with a camera on it. So there's a lot of back and forth on which one is better. They both are very equal in some ways, but so different in others. I think at the end of the day, if you want a GoPro, then you know why you want it. You're doing hiking, you're going surfing, you're going snowboarding, and you want a camera to capture that moment. The GoPro is the solution for that type of shooting. But if you're a normal person, you just want to capture your everyday life, your kid running around, your vacation, or you're a professional and you want a small, lightweight backup camera, then the Osmo Pocket is definitely the option. I think for me as a professional, the Osmo Pocket is more versatile and it has a more cinematic look than the GoPro, so I personally would stick with the Osmo Pocket. What do you guys think? Do you want the GoPro or the Osmo Pocket? Leave a comment below and let me know which one you liked better. Also, if you're new here, thank you for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to this channel. We're going to be doing more tests with the Osmo Pocket and an official review of the GoPro Hero 7, so make sure that you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss it. We hope to see you again real soon. Once again, I'm Dave Altizer. This is beautiful Laguna Beach, California. See you next time.